You have to be careful because one wrong move and you're out the door. Annyeonghaseyo. Hey guys, it's Saturday. How are we doing? Okay, so today I'm moving on to a new series, and for the next three episodes, this review is done in reverence. I say that because this is one drama that is goated, forever goated, right? I love this series so much. I've actually not watched it more than once. I think almost two or three times over the years. Right. The title is Mr. Queen. Mr. Queen. Yeah, and it's definitely in my top 10. This series, one of the reasons why I really love them is they know how to mix elements of everything into one series. Like, okay, this is supposed to be a historical drama. From the title, you know that's right, Mr. Queen. But then there's so much comedy. You laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. There's romance, there's a bit of action, and it just comes together so nicely. But for me, the highlight was the comedy because I every time I watch this series, I laugh. I always laugh my head off. So of course, I'll also talk about three characters from here. So the first person I want us to talk about today is King Cheoljong. This is his picture. Now, one thing about this guy is if you're just watching the series for the first time, maybe in the first few episodes, or maybe first or second episode, I don't know, you would actually believe that he is or he was a weakling, like too weak, a puppet, kind of puppet. Like that's what you think, because that's how he was behaving. But then, come to find out, my guy is planning a whole rebellion or a whole, you know, I don't know what word I'll use for that, but he has no plans to right the wrongs that were going on in the system that he was under or that he was in. And to an extent, if he did not pretend to be weak, when you're dealing with territorial powers, you're dealing with strong men, strong women that do not want to let go of an era because that era favors them, even at the expense of everybody else. You have to be careful because one wrong move and you're out the door, and then you don't even get the chance to change anything, right? So that's why he had to pretend. At first, I didn't understand, but then when I kept on watching that, at first, the first time I watched, because I've watched it more than once. So at first, when I first started watching, I didn't understand that, and I was like, this king doesn't, he's he seems like somebody who doesn't have that authority and everything. But then again, that's another thing that I think gave him the wisdom to tread carefully. It's the fact that he was traumatized by the deaths of his entire family, from his grandfather to his father to his family, his mother, everybody. You know, they were accused of treason and slaughtered, and he was aware of that slaughtering. So he already knew what these people could do. It was not new to him that they could kill him or they could plot something against him or frame him for one thing or the other, and that would be the end. So he actually had his plans and he had his own reason to actually accept that kingship. And then I eventually came to really like his character because he had a funny side too. He had a funny side as well. But one thing I think I really applauded him for was his ability to retrace his steps, and realize that, okay, and admit that, okay, yeah, he might have made a mistake profiling the queen. Okay, let me give you some backstory. The clan that was running things in court and kind of controlling the kingdom is the Kim clan, and they're like his arch enemies. They're like his nemesis. They are everything evil to him and even to the kingdom as well. And so the queen, who eventually became his wife, right? The queen is from the Kim clan, and so in the beginning, he just lumped her with them. he lumped her in with all of them, and they're all evil and all of that. But then he came to realize that okay, this woman might not be exactly the way I imagined her to be. She might not be just like the rest of them, and yeah, he was courageous enough to, or humble and self-aware, aware enough to admit his mistake and make things right, and that kind of helped him. That kind of helped him, or that really helped him. Which one? So yeah, I'm going to still talk about two more characters in this series, but Mr. Queen, just give it to them. Top 10 for me. I really should sit down and maybe do a curation of all my own list of best K dramas I have ever watched, right? But Mr. Queen, it sits right there at the top top 10. So yeah, lovely to see you guys again. Give me some gist. Let's talk about what's going on with you. And if you have anything you want me to talk about, any series that you might be thinking about watching, maybe you want to know if it's something to even waste your time watching or not. Let me know, and I'll let you know what I think. So I'll see you on the next one.